Everyone, I'm Ryan. You are watching 60 Cycle Hum, and I am finally doing it. I'm finally making a video about the Starfield. You guys have been waiting for it. You've been asking for it. I mean, I'm sure some of you aren't even aware what's going on. So a little backstory. This guitar was gifted to me from Grant Wilson over at Big Ear Pedals. We were covering the ad for this exact guitar on the podcast. I had never heard of Starfield before. I'd never seen anything like this before. I was smitten with it. I had a lot of positive things to say about it. I was sitting on my hands like, ooh, should I buy that? That looks really cool. I kind of want it. Thankfully, when I went back to check the link a few days later, it had already been sold. And so I thought, oh, I saved myself. I didn't spend more money on another guitar to add to my pile of guitars. But also, thankfully, Grant Wilson snatched it up. The seller, by the way, is mojostompboxes.com, another friend of the show. So it's all staying in the family. They worked out some sort of deal where instead of paying for it, Grant donated a sum of money to a wildlife relief fund to help out Australia. And Mojo Stompboxes sent the guitar as a thank you for that. So they had some sort of, roundabout deal to make this happen. And man, I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Grant. Thanks, Mojo. Let's talk about the guitar now. You guys want to know about the guitar. You don't want to know about my friendships and how I came to own this thing. What is a Starfield? If you're like me, before I had this thing, I had no idea. I still feel like the information is really scarce on these things. What I have figured out, what I've been able to find out, is that Starfield is a brand that was produced out of the Ibanez factory from the 70s up until the mid-90s. I'm pretty sure they're not made anymore. I'm pretty sure the mid-90s is when they got cut off or absorbed completely into Ibanez. And I'll say, man, this one is from the early mid-90s, somewhere in that range. It feels very Ibanez. This is a very Ibanez guitar. I mean, look at the neck heel. A big round Ibanez style neck heel there. Flat, super fast and wide neck. This thing feels pure Ibanez. From the nut to the heel, this is an Ibanez guitar. The headstock also reminds me of a few Ibanez guitars. Just saying. There's a very Talman vibe to this. I honestly wonder if Ibanez looked at these and treated them as a proto-Talman. And like, we're going to absorb Starfield, but let's make a Talman to kind of fill that sort of range of guitar. I mean, you got lipstick pickups in here. This is a shreddy neck. A fast, modern playing neck with tall, modern frets. Beefy frets on this. And then you throw lipsticks in it and nothing else. The Talman had humbuckers and a lipstick in the middle. This has two lipsticks. It's fully committed to it. This really cool natural wood grain here. I'm pretty sure it's monkey paw or monkey pod is the name of the wood, the style of the wood. It's the same wood that tourist trinkets are made out of in tropical areas. That's what we're dealing with here. Other examples of this guitar are painted in more traditional finishes and have different pickup loadouts from Strat to, fat Strat to telly loadouts, double humbucker sort of things. There's all the variety you can imagine there. Man, this thing's fun. So this is likely the most tuning stable guitar I've ever played, no matter how hard I abuse the wiggle stick. Like, you can just dive bomb this thing and it comes back in tune like a Floyd. I think it might be something to do with this pretty beefy looking graphite nut up here. I'm pretty sure it's graphite. It feels like graphite. It looks like graphite. I've got it with the trim resting on the body right now, ever so slightly. Just slightly. I can rattle it a little bit with my hand. Let's play it. You guys want to hear it. I want to play it. Let's compromise and do both. Here is the bridge pickup. Just bright and jangly. It does that lipstick sort of thing where it's bright without being, terribly twangy. It's not a twang. It's a jangle for sure. Here's the middle position. Almost has like an acoustic quality to it. guitar is such an odd bird. I mean, it looks wild, right? Super shreddy, ridiculous neck. But these jangly, just vintage throwback sounding pickups. Here's the neck pickup. More jangle, but warmer, a little bit more of a quack to it. All pretty low output. These are not screaming high output pickups by any means. Let's throw some drive edit from my 50/50 DoD 250 style pedal here. Middle position. Position is humbucking, by the way. And then the bridge. Sloppy, stupid playing. Let's get ridiculous and throw some high gain edit from the Rev G4. Totally not a high output, like shreddy sort of sound, but with the neck, you can definitely like play fluttery, fast, ridiculous, shreddy, tappy sort of stuff on here. You might just need to throw some sort of boost or compressor before your drive section to get it there. Let's jump into the deep end and do some surfy sounds because, of course, you know me. I'm using that same 50/50 drive and the Surfy Bear Compact. Spring reverb. Oh man, where was it going with that? Love the trim on this thing. The tuning stability. It just comes right back into tune after those heavy dives. It's ridiculous. Let's throw some ridiculous octave fuzz at this. And it's still beautifully in tune. Throw some reverb back on there. It's such a great guitar. I like this guitar. I like it a lot. I love this guitar. And it's just too much fun. And it checks a lot of weird boxes for me. It actually feels like coming home. It reminds me a lot of my first electric guitar, which was a Slammer by Hamer Centurion, I think was the model name. It was a humbucker, single humbucker, no Pepsi style guitar with a knockoff licensed cheap Floyd Rose on it. You wouldn't think that that would be my go-to first guitar, but it's what I ran into. It's what I bought. I got this shreddy thing and I learned how to play surf rock on it. It had a really fast modern neck, and that's what I'm getting from this. It's like a combination of that feel and the tones that I chase now with these lipstick pickups. Just too cool. I've kind of been saying for a while that I want a guitar that's a secret shredder. That's surfy, but then secretly, like the neck and the way it feels and the performance of it is just built for speed, built for modern playing. And that's what this is. Too cool. So, if you're curious about these, I can fully recommend it. This is a great playing guitar. Online, it looks like the prices kind of jump depending on the model and the make and, you know, how available they are, in between the 500s and, you know, the low thousands sort of thing. I think this one was like 600 maybe, or like 500, something like that is what it was listed for. I can't remember. But for a guitar with a really high performance feeling neck, cool looks, great sounding pickups, if that's your thing. I mean, like I said, they come in all sorts of different, setups with different pickups and whatnot. I think they're great. I can fully recommend chasing down this brand on the used market. Starfields. If you've got more information that you think I need to know or anyone else needs to know on the Starfield brand, fill us in the comment section down below. Otherwise, you know what? Please like, subscribe, dislike, leave me rude and nasty comments. Support us on Patreon. Do the whole thing, you know. If you're naked, you got too much skin exposed to the elements, buy a shirt. I'm selling shirts. And you know what? Stay grounded. Bye, everybody.